Hi and welcome to our second method. This method is performing subtraction using a number line. I'm going to go ahead and place a number line. And the number line concept works well for subtraction because it sort of allows children who like the different terminology to work well for them. So some students like to think of subtraction as taking a certain amount away, and some students like to think of subtraction as a difference between two numbers. So let's say we had the number right here. We have the number 48 minus 22. So some students like to say, I'm taking away 22 units and getting a value. Some students like to think that the difference between 48 and my end result is 22. So if I'm taking away 22 from 48, I will start with 48 on my number line. It's my bigger number. It's at the end of the number line. And I know I need to take away 22 units to get to the initial or the end value. So taking away 22, I could go by ones and count each one on the number line. It might be slightly tedious when I'm talking about 22 units. That is what students used to do when they, did a simple number line and they had 6 take away 4. They would start at 6 and they would take away 1, 2, 3, 4, and it would get them to 2. But at this point, we're expecting students to be able to recognize numbers that they're comfortable taking away. So when I'm starting at 48, I could take away 10 and go by intervals of 10. Take away 10. That would leave me with 12 to take away. So I could take away another 10. It's very important to get them to do the math here in between. So that would be 38 here. I'd be at 28 over here. So at this point, I've taken away all my 10s. I've taken away 20. And I have 2 more units to take away. So 1, 2, 27, 26. So my end result is 26. And the difference, there's a minus 1 in here and a minus 1. So the difference between them is 1, 2, 10, 20. So 22. So in this method, you're focusing on the difference. So let's try another one of those numbers, values. I'm going to draw my number line again. So let's say we have 72 taking away 53. So we start with 72. And again, we can choose which intervals we want to go by. Generally speaking, students go by tens. So we know we have to take away minus 10. That brings us 62. Take away another minus 10. Now we've taken away minus 20. Minus 10, 42. Minus 10 is 32. And it's important to keep track of how many we've taken away. We've taken away 20, taken away 30, we've taken away 40. So we can still take away more because we have to take away 53. The difference has to be 53 between the numbers. So now we've taken away 50, and we're at 22. But we need to take away 53. So we can go by ones. 1, 2, 3, 21, 20, 19. So we have to make sure that we've taken away the right amount. We've taken away 50, 51, 52, 53. So we've taken away the right amount. We've taken away the difference of 53 units. So 72 minus 53 is 19. The difference between 72 and 19 is 53 units. This can expand. This number line method can expand to 3-digit numbers as well. So let's try a 3-digit number. All right. So we're going to start with, we're going to do, say, 264 minus 128. So again, we put the bigger number, 264, over here because we know we're taking away. We're not adding. If we were adding, we would start at the beginning of our number line and move up intervals. We're taking away. So I always like to break it up. I like to view it as my hundreds, tens, and ones. And I like to take away in those intervals because I know I can easily take away 100. So minus 100. So I'm left with 164. And I've taken away that 100, and that 100 is gone. So I have 20 left to take away. So I can do it in an interval of 20. I can do it in intervals of 10. Usually students are pretty comfortable working with 2s or with 20s. So if I took away 20, I'd have 144 left. The 20 is gone, and I have 8 more units to take away. Again, we're looking at our numbers, and students look at their numbers and they see, what numbers am I comfortable with? I'm comfortable taking away 4 from 144. So if I took away 4, still be left with 4 units I need to take away. And then if they're comfortable with going by 4 again, or maybe they want to break it up and go by 2. Oops, sorry, that should be a slightly smaller interval there. Minus 2, so I take away 2. I still have 2 left over to take away. So I'm at 138. And take away 2 more. And we've attained our answer, 136. So I've showed you 2 different ways where you can take away. One's where the students are sort of keeping track of the amount that they've taken away along the way. So I've done 100. At this point, I had done 120. At this point, I've done 124. At this point, I've done. Or we do it by striking it out. I've taken away the 100, taken away the 20, taken away the 4. I've taken away the 2 and then the 2. So it depends on the preferred method of notation that students want, but what you really want to make sure is that they're keeping track whether they've taken away the right amount, if they've removed the full value that they were supposed to. Oh, that's messy. Sorry, let me rewrite that 128 now that I've scratched it out. So that the full 128 has been removed. Therefore, the answer of 264 minus 128 is 136. Should we try one more? So let's insert our number line. What's really nice about this method is that students are choosing the numbers they're comfortable with. So let's do 542, take away 236. So we start with 542 because we know we're taking away from the 542. I'm going to use my preferred method where I sort of notate it up here. But like I said, students can notate above their balances what they've taken away. So I like to use intervals. I'm comfortable with taking away the full 200 right away. Some students might want to do it in balances of 100. Let's go with taking away 200. So I know there's nothing left in my hundreds up here. And I'm at 342. Now I know I need to take 30 away. So I can do it by taking the full 30 or bounces of 10. I have one bounce of 10. A second bounce of 10. A third bounce of 10. So now I know all 30 have been taken away because I have 3 bounces of 10. And now I have 6 units to take away. I can do the full 6 because it's the number I have here is 312. So I know the full 6 is an easy number to work with. If kids don't recognize that, they might go by intervals of 2. Let's go by all 6 minus 6. Give me 306. Again, if students weren't comfortable, then they would have just gone with, let's say, bounces of 2, and they would have said, okay, I need to go take away 2, take away 2 again, take away 2 again. Excuse me. Ultimately, they'd be getting to the same value. It's just whatever numbers they're comfortable removing. So the answer is 306. Perfect. Thank you for joining in.